everyone, I am Janhavi Panwar. Welcome back to my channel, or if you guys are new over here, then welcome to my channel. Now, I'm pretty sure you've already seen the title of this video, and it says how to think outside the box. Now, basically, thinking outside the box means to think creatively. You know, when a person is creative, that means that person thinks outside the box. He has more ideas, he has more answers to one question. Now, a lot of people say this, that Janhavi, we really want to think outside the box, but what is the importance? So let me tell you, when you think creatively or when you think outside the box, then there is one question, but too many answers. If you only know one answer, then you're limiting yourself there and you cannot think of more ideas. A lot of people like that because that's their comfort zone, but a lot of people do not like that because they want to do better. So this is what thinking outside the box means. So basically, when someone is creative, he just think differently. He has more ideas. He has more ways of looking at things. There is not just one single way of looking at everything. There is not just one answer. There are a lot of perceptions. There are a lot of assumptions that anyone can assume. So basically, that is being creative. So how to be more creative, how to think outside the box. Let's get started. Tip number one. Tip number one says, do not just think about people in group, think about them individually. For example, my father usually gives this example. He says, you go to a city for the first time, you're super excited and you think you're going to a new city, everything's going to be perfect, and somebody steals your wallet. So all of a sudden now you think, oh, this was a bad experience. So that now you build an assumption, and the assumption says that this city has thieves. All right, that is your first experience. Now somebody steals your wallet. The next time you go, after 2 months, now there's already a perception in your mind which says, like, maybe somebody's gonna steal my wallet or my phone or even my purse, anything again, maybe. And now there is a coincidence. Somebody steals your phone, so they're stealing again. And now there's this solid assumption in your mind which says, this city is just a city of thieves. You go there for the third time, all right? You go there for the third time. Now, nobody steals your wallet, nobody steals your phone, but now somebody steals maybe a 200 rupee note. All right, or maybe you dropped it. So now what's the assumption? I'm never gonna come back to this city again. It is full of thieves. Everybody's pickpocketing. You're never gonna come back. Now you're gonna tell it to 100 people more. Like, that city has a lot of thieves, they got a lot of pickpocketers, so don't go over there. You're gonna tell that to 100 other people, whoever you're gonna meet. So basically now your assumption says that that city has a lot of thieves. Now that's just your assumption. You're thinking about individuals in a group. For example, another example, there's a community and you think that community has a lot of intelligent people. Maybe you met 3 people from that community who are intelligent and now all of a sudden everybody's intelligent. That's wrong. So that is where you limit yourself. That is your assumption. That is your perception. So instead of thinking of people as a group, instead of putting everyone in a community, in a group, in a context, think about people individually. Somebody stole something, then that does not mean the city has a lot of thieves. Somebody stole something. He's an individual. So what's going to happen when you do this? You leave space for more things to enter. Maybe the next time you go to that city, maybe nobody steals anything and you have a great experience. It has a lot of good monuments and stuff like that. So now you have a different perception. But now that you've already made an assumption that this city has a lot of thieves, you are not leaving any new space to let new things enter. So what's going to happen? You're not letting any new thoughts enter, you're not letting any new assumptions enter, you're not letting any new experiences enter. And when you stop doing that, there are no experiences, no thoughts. You're staying with your limited mind, and that says that city has a lot of thieves, or maybe that community has a lot of intelligent people. Maybe you're gonna meet the 4th person and he's gonna be super dumb. So, but if you already think, oh, now that's a disappointment. Why? Because when you think of people as a group and then you meet someone that attacks your assumption or that contradicts your assumption or your perception, all of a sudden you get disappointed. That's what happens. So that's another thing. I'm gonna make another video on this one. So do not build any perceptions based on a group. Build perceptions individually. That's it. Now let's talk about tip number 2. do not limit yourself. What do I mean by this? For example, you're a student of chemistry, all right? So your whole life, like in your 11th standard, in your 12th, in your bachelor's, master's, all you have been doing is studying chemistry very seriously. You've done chemistry honors, now you've done a PhD in chemistry, and now you've become a professor of chemistry. That does not mean you're intelligent, let me be very honest. That does not mean you're intelligent or you're creative. Absolutely nothing. That's just your subject. Instead of that, how about you start reading other books as well? Like if your subject is chemistry, you can read books of philosophy, you can read books of psychology, because when you do that, you learn new perception of things. Maybe you're going to get a theory that you can apply in your chemistry. So for example, if there is a theory, all right, and you think there are only two ways to complete this theory, there are only two ways, but if you read psychology and maybe you find a way that you can even apply in chemistry, something great can happen. Nobody knows. You can discover, you can invent, you can do anything. Creative people, they try to do things differently. If you have been studying chemistry for your whole life, you're gonna do everything according to the curriculum you had, everything according to the syllabus you had. Instead of that, now if you start applying theories of other subjects in your other subjects, then maybe you are going to build something great. That's called thinking creatively. That's called thinking outside the box. Like inside the box, what are you doing? Chemistry, 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 theories of chemistry, practical of chemistry. All right. Outside the box is psychology. Outside the box is maybe English literature. Outside the box is physics. It's aerospace. And now if you find out a concept and you think maybe I can try this one with this one, that's thinking outside the box. When you do something a little different, that's what makes you creative. Let's talk about last but not the least, which is tip number 3. Find alternatives. What do I mean by finding alternatives? In the initial part of this video, I said there is not just one answer. There are a lot of answers, but we have been wired in such a way that there is only one answer to everything. Since the time we were in school, we have been taught, all right, this is your question and now this is your answer. For example, if you're a math student, now a lot of students and a lot of parents hope that whenever you sit in the exam, whenever you write your exam, you find questions that you're already familiar with. So basically you do 500 different sets of questions and what is the objective? What is the motive? So that when you sit and write your exam, you find everything is familiar. You've done everything. So you will leave no space to learn anything new. You will leave no space to find any better alternatives. Now, obviously, I'm not just talking about exams. There can be different things as well. But this is how we have been wired. This is how our teachers have been wired. This is how our system has been wired, is that there is only one answer to things. There's not only one answer to anything. If somebody's perception is, now I'm a student of literature, now if somebody's example is William Wordsworth was a poet of nature, perfect, he was a poet of nature, but maybe there was something else in his poems as well. Maybe there's something related to life, maybe there's something related to some theoretical concepts, anything, basically anything. It can be anything. So there's not just one answer, you know, everything that is given in your books, that's just not it. You can think more. So what you're going to do from the next time, whenever you come across a question, whenever you come across a problem, so basically in thinking outside the box, it's not about choosing the best answer. It's about choosing many answers, and not just choosing. You can choose the best answer out of it, but it's about finding many answers. That's what makes you different. Have you ever heard that quote that a failed person can do much better than a person who succeed on his first attempt? Nothing wrong with somebody succeeding at their first attempt. I've been that student. But when somebody has failed, he knows how to do things differently. He knows, if I'm going to do this, this is not for me. This method is not working for me. Maybe I'm going to do this in this manner. So he gets creative. So when you start finding answers and many answers to one question, that's when you start getting creative. And this is it. This is how you start thinking outside the box. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you guys liked it. Now, this is something that is not really my, context, not really my content on my channel or even on my social media, but I really wanted to do this. I really wanted people to go more into research. I really want people to think differently so that our country can grow more strong, because a lot of research and innovation and research and development means country going up. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. All of my English courses are out now: British accent, American accent, basic English, advanced English, a lot of basic language courses as well. And then we have also got an IELTS course. So thank you, guys. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone. Stay safe.